Okay, back again with another video. I know you've been waiting. This time I'm gonna talk about probably my favorite 50mm in the vintage kind of range. This is the Summicron 50 f2, and I believe I have the very first version, the version 1. I had this lens for a while. This is just a mount because I'm using it with a Tech Raptor again, so it's again autofocus like my other lenses, which is pretty awesome. And not only that, but I think this lens originally has a maybe half a meter close focus distance, so that's the nearest you can get. But if you stick it on the Tech Art, you can go to 30 centimeters, 35. Also with fantastic, because the first version doesn't have the built-in hood. I don't know if it came with it, or so it's a different serial number on the hood. So I don't know if it came with it or the previous buyer bought it separately, but it's an original Leica hood as well. And it performs very well, and also sometimes it saves me just, I don't even put on a lens cap if I'm honest, because you know, it's protected from everything. The focusing is super smooth, but of course it's manual autofocus now, so the clicks are clicking. I didn't declick it yet. I don't know, I'm kind of not sure if I want to, but yeah, it's still in the original phase. So basically, the way I bought it, because I wanted to originally build out like a video lens kit, you know, like because I was researching a few years ago on YouTube and on the internet, like what's the best kit to have for video use. But obviously in my head I'm a photographer, and so I wanted it to work for video and work for my photography style as well. So I had one Summicron R ages ago, and it was fine, and there was nothing wrong with it. I think it was a version 3, and I sold it because I really wanted to try a Planar 50. I sold it, so I had a Planar 50, but I had a Planar 50 f2 and I had a Planar 50 f1.4 as well, and I don't know what it is. I just don't like the Planar somehow, which is weird, because this is basically a Planar. Like they are both double Gauss, same kind of, you know, lens design. So I don't know if the glass is different, or there is no coating in this one, I think, or maybe there is some, I don't know. But yeah, for video, the Zeiss contact Zeiss as well. So yeah, the contact Zeiss would be nice for video. If you just want a video kit, I would probably go with the contact Zeiss. But if I wanted to work with you know, for photography as well, I don't like the pictures that came out from the Planars. Just somehow, normally I love Zeiss, and Zeiss is insane, that just the Planar doesn't click with me for some reason. I don't know, can't explain it. So basically I sold it, went back on the internet and searching about what's good, and I came across a guy who started to building his video kit, but he bought the massive kit of Leica R lenses, and I never thought about it, and the guy showed obviously videos and how would it look, and I do love it, how it looks. I know it's only f2, but it's totally fine. I mean, 1.4 would be better. Maybe I will buy a Summilux down the line if I really need it, but I don't think I will. I tried one, a friend of mine's, but it's a perfect lens, exceptional lens. I just don't know if I want to fork out that much money for a 50. I don't even like 50 that much, you know. So yeah, it's a budget thing really. Like if you can swing it, you can totally buy it, and then happy days. So yeah, so my reasoning is not going down the M mount range, because down the road sometimes, whenever I will probably get a Leica body, but because I had this video idea in my head that I want to use for video as well, the R just sounded good, and I did the research on this stuff, and you know, all the forums and chatting, and there is not that much difference between the M mount bodies or the R mount bodies. There is some difference between the, you know, when they've been released. The earlier models are a bit lower in contrast, which is fine. I love the lower contrast stuff for black and white photography, so actually I prefer this, so I probably will never sell it again. And I think the earlier models don't have any coating, which is totally fine with me, and it makes it a bit more prone to flaring, which again I love, because sometimes the flares because these are vintage lenses, so I don't want them to be perfect. For perfect, I have perfect stuff already. So for vintage stuff, I like character. I like a little bit of a wild child. I like it if it acts a bit wild, or there are some small imperfections that I love. And this one has plenty. And I'll probably post a few pictures when sometimes if it's sunny and I don't have nothing to shoot. I like to walk around with the Summicron in town, and sometimes I just sometimes I go out with an idea in head, like I'm gonna take pictures of this, or I'm gonna try to find the red, or I'm gonna try to like if I have an idea in my head how I leave the house and look out for things. Because if you live in a town for like 10-20 years or whatever, how old you are, you tend to not find it interesting anymore. So, and that happened to me. So I started to look, I try to shoot stuff from different angles, or just come up with ideas in my head that like I just said, like look for a color, and or maybe just go out with an idea that I'm gonna look for Kodak color. So basically I'm gonna have to find red and blue and yellowish, orangish kind of stuff. So this time I went out and I want that specifically to hunt lens flares. And oh wow, that those lens flares came out really nice. Yeah, I will put a few up. The pictures are not like insane, but there is lens flare, so it demonstrates well how the lens behaves with a sun backlit situation. And I like it. Sometimes you can, even with the pan color, if you have the pan color, again, like in legendary lens, they have this fantastic half moon shaped kind of lens flare. It looks like somebody's welding in the background or something. Insanely good. I have that too. I might make a separate video about that. This lens is a double gas design, so it's very similar to the planner, probably identical. So I don't get it. Why is it? Well, they are so different, but probably because Zeiss, I think the contact Zeiss, they use different kind of glass. They had lead in it. I don't know if Leica did it as well, but they're not allowed to do it anymore. It's a taste thing. And some people say that they prefer the Nikon version, or the Nikon double gas. They are all when some the new lens design came out back in the day, like people other companies just started to dropping very similar stuff with somehow different characteristics. Depends on how many blades you have in there. I think this one has a very hexagonal kind of shape. I think it has 6 or 8 blades, which is totally fine because most of the time I shoot wide open, or I stop down to like 5.6 or 8 maybe, f8. If you stop it down to f8, if you use it like a Leica lens, like meant to be, they're meant to be like step down, I don't know. That's what the Leica people say anyway. If you step it down, like for landscape or whatever, on the 450, I don't know. But if you do stop it down, you get some crazy 3D pop, like at least on this one. Yeah, this lens is very versatile for that reason. And because of the low contrasty stuff, I will show pictures. So this is a bit not low contrast like my Summicron. It is so low contrast compared to like a version 3, like the moderner with coatings and maybe different glass used, I don't know, but it's exceptional. One thing people like to complain about, and it's again a taste thing, like either you like it or you mind it or not, but it's a taste thing. So basically some people say it has a crazy eclectic background, like the bokeh can get very crazy. So they say that bokeh can get very crazy. And I think it depends. So it's either the bokeh is creamy, smooth and insane, like melts, like I don't know, ice disappears in the background, or if you shoot in a very difficult background that gets very, like not even bubbles, it's just blotches. It can get very interesting. So you have to kind of get used to the lens, so you know how to use it or where to use it, when not to use it, because these are vintage lenses. So obviously they all have flaws, as I mentioned, and some people find it a bigger problem, some people don't mind it, and I am one of those people. I don't really mind it because it works for me. This lens is not expensive, but the price is going up, so it could be also something to think about, I guess, because obviously since the cinematographers discovered the Leica R system, because I think in the past they were mostly collecting a set of contact eyes, which are like crazy expensive now, or Pentax. Lots of people collecting the Pentax glass for video. They are both systems are insanely good, with mildly different characteristics and different behaviors, but they all do their job very well. But recently it became more and more popular to collect Leica R lenses for video, and not only that, but people like to kind of they match the serial numbers, because in Leica there is some difference between when it was released. So if there are many generations difference within a set, it might give you a different kind of look at a set. Like some of them are low contrasty, and if you buy something 10 years later, that might be a bit more contrasty or different kind of look. So videographers like to have the similar kind of as close as possible, so they are, they have the same look. You don't have to work in post that much to make it look good or the same. So yeah, and because of this multi reasons, I think the prices are going up, because just before this video this morning I went on eBay and I looked for prices, and Leica R lenses are just they vary widely. Not only they vary the best of the days, but now it just there are like Summicron R lenses from like £300 to up to 700, depending on, I guess, depends on the release date. And also I think some people just keep the price high and don't really care when it sells. But because you might come across with somebody who's looking for that lens for like years, because it takes ages to either you buy the whole kit together and it costs your everything. You have to sell your bones and everything, organs, just to afford the whole kit, or you buy it over the years. But imagine hunting down otherwise rare lenses anywhere. They are not that, and then if you try to match serial numbers, like what are the chances that you're gonna find it? So let's say this serial number is like 21 35 84 3, and what if someone wants something in a 21 range like this, and there is like, this is the only one on the internet, maybe, just like an example. If this is the only one, I could literally say I want £1,000 for it, and the guy probably would pay for it, because he might be after it for like decades or years. Obviously this is not the case. Like I don't want to sell it or anything, unless if you got £1,000. No, I don't want to sell it. Again, my eyes, see. So yeah, I don't want to sell it, but money is money. The prices are vary from £300 to £600, and I think if you buy one, it might be just a investment. I don't know. It's an R lens, so it's not that much of an investment like a Leica M, but because they are harder and harder to find, and you don't want to make cinematography with an M lens. I don't think many people do anyway. So the R lenses are, and video is getting coming on harder and harder, and more people do video. And I think if you are in profession, then like a wedding or whatever, it's not even a question that you do video. Like it's like a given. So if you want a kit and you want to pick up a set from one of these, the three which I just mentioned, then it's gonna get harder and harder to find. Then they are not they're not getting made anymore, I think. And obviously there's a finite number, and obviously there is a batch in Japan or Asia where it's very humid there, so everything you buy from Japan or in that region, those are like considered to be a risky buy. Not always, because you can return them and whatever, but lenses get foggier and just damaged. That's why you have to keep them in a dehumidifier all the time. Some people, with the price thing, some people think that there are many other 50s that do just as good or deliver similar kind of like qualities, and they don't cost this price, and they are not wrong. I didn't pay that much for mine, so I was lucky with that, but I'm always hunting for a deal. I don't buy it. If it's not a deal, I don't care what it is, I don't buy it. Yeah, so yeah, you might don't need a Summicron, or you might even don't like the Summicron look. I do love it, and and those people who say that there are plenty of 50s out there, like the Ricoh Canon 55 1.4, which I have as well, which is insane as well, and it's a 1.4, so I don't you know, I will post a different separate video about it. It's a exceptional lens again. The flares, oh my god. I don't think I need to ramble on about this lens that much, because there are plenty of examples all over YouTube about it. I just wanted to talk about mine, because why not? Who knows, maybe you want to hear what I think about it. It is insanely good. I will put up a few pictures and some videos of this example, this exact lens, how it behaves, because I love this lens so much. As I mentioned, it's always around me, so when there is sun I just shoot. If I'm in a hotel room, I shoot the can of Coke, or if I'm walking in a city, I shoot all kind of stuff. It's not always people, so the pictures are not always, you know, like the best. Just a good example how it looks, but it's insane for portraits. Like, oh my god, yeah, portraits are really good. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna end it here because I'm trying to keep the videos shorter from now on, because people, you know, don't want to watch me rambling on around here for like half an hour. So yeah, I'm gonna try to cut it shorter. I'm gonna throw up some videos. Please do like and subscribe and share and comment, and you know, I always reply. And yeah, thanks for watching.